Faking Love with the Billionaire Enemy. Chapter 5. Shots fired, man down. Henning didn't come home last night. For the past month I've been back home with him, and our schedules haven't been constant, but something about last night rubbed me the wrong way. I never waited up for him, so I went to bed as usual. The next thing I remember was waking up and pacing around the kitchen, wondering when Henning would get back. At about 3 a.m., Marcus called. "Zoya, I'm at the hospital with Henning. I just wanted to let you know he's stable and okay. I'll pick you up in the morning and bring you to see him," he said flatly. "What do you mean Henning is in the hospital, Marcus? What is going on?" I screamed, panicking. "Zoya, please, I can't talk much right now. I'll explain everything in the morning when I see you." "Okay," I replied, tears filling up my eyes. "We just lost Dad. I can't lose him, Marcus. I just can't," I cried. "You won't, he's all right, you'll see him soon, baby, please stop crying. It tears me up when you cry. Promise me, Marcus. Please promise me. He's the only family I have left," I replied, sniffling. "I promise, sweetheart. I'll pick you up in the morning and bring you to the hospital myself," he replied. "Okay. I'll see you in the morning. Bye, Zoya." "Bye, Marcus." I started panicking immediately. I couldn't get myself to calm my breathing down enough so that I could calm down. I thought I was going to die. It felt like the walls were closing in on me, and my head was going to explode. I was losing my mind. I couldn't imagine losing Henning. Not after just losing Dad. What is going on? I screamed to myself. I moved around frantically, looking for something, anything to stimulate and occupy my mind. Hours passed and it was almost daybreak. I ran to my bathroom and took a cold shower. I needed the feeling to come back to my body, and for my mind to calm down. When I was done, I got dressed, and I went to pack a change of clothes and some toiletries for Henning. When the clock struck 6, I immediately called Marcus. "I'm already on my way, baby," he said. "Good, I'm waiting outside," I replied, shutting the door behind me and looking for him from the porch. "I'm a few minutes away, be patient and wait inside the house," Marcus commanded. "But?" "Inside, sweetheart. I'll meet you inside the house." I slowly walked back into the house and sat on the sofa, restlessly tapping my foot and watching the door. A few minutes later, Marcus turned the doorknob and walked into the house. "Unlocked." "I'm surprised," he said, making his way towards me. "I was waiting and I don't like to wait." "What is going on?" I asked, getting up to face him. "Zoya, honey, I recommend you take your seat, please," he replied calmly. "Marcus, what happened?" I asked again. "Sit. Zoya." "Okay." Marcus took a deep breath and looked me in the eye. "Henning was shot last night." "What?" I exclaimed. Images flooded my mind, scenes with Henning losing blood, looking frail and lifeless like Dad. I shook my head furiously to get the nasty images out. I couldn't let them drown me. "How is he? What hospital is he at?" I asked, my heart leaping in my chest. "Right now, he's in an operating room. The doctors are trying to extract the bullet from his chest. The bleeding was controlled last night, and he's relatively stable. If the operation goes as planned and he heals properly, he'll only need a bit of rest and physical therapy. Other than that, he's all right," Marcus replied. "All right. I've heard enough. I need to see him now," I replied. I got to my feet and picked up my purse and the bag with his clothes. "Let's go," I commanded. I stood by the car, waiting for Marcus to catch up with me. He groggily unlocked the car door for me from where he stood, and made sure the house was locked. "Thank you for locking up," I said. "I couldn't spend a minute more in there." "Sure thing, babe. Let's get going," he replied, turning the ignition and firing up the car. I could hear my heartbeat in my chest the entire way to the hospital. I didn't know what to expect or hope for, but I was holding on to what Marcus had said, that he was safe and stable. I could live with that for now. Hospital lights always make me feel some type of way. The harsh brightness felt so unforgiving, like they could display your every mistake and sin without skipping a beat. I had forgotten how it felt to be under that amount of scrutiny, till we walked in through those unforgiving doors. Marcus held my hand and led me towards Henning's room. He made some calls when we arrived, and was told the surgery went well. He might still be asleep, Zoya, so we need to be as quiet as possible. Please, baby, try to save your tears. They won't help either of us. Marcus warned. I hear you, I'll try my best, I responded, sure of myself. I lied. As soon as I saw the dressings around his chest, I lost it. Marcus and I had leave back out of the room, and he tried his hardest to comfort me silently. When that didn't work, he pulled me into his arms, held me tight and let me cry. When I was done, I came back to my senses. I lightly tapped him on the back so I could be released. Are you okay now, baby? He asked. Yes, I am. I replied, flailing my arms so he would let go of me. Holding my face in both his hands, he said, Sweetheart, are you sure? You need to be sure before we go back in, he replied. I'm sure, Marcus. Thank you, I assured. He released me from his hold and began to adjust his clothes. All my crying had wet and rumpled them. I'm sorry about that, I said, watching him adjust them. It's fine, babe. There's nothing to apologize for, he replied. We're going back in now, so brace yourself, he announced. I took a deep breath and followed his lead. Henning looked so peaceful, like he could finally rest well from all his duties without any distractions or fear, and for someone who rarely enjoyed a deep sleep, the anesthesia was a miracle drug. I stood by his bedside just watching, observing him, making sure he was still breathing. Marcus sat in one of the available seats and just let me be. From the corner of my eye, I could see he was checking his phone constantly, like he was waiting for an update or signal of some sort from someone. I paid it no mind and focused on just being here, with Henning. A few hours later, the anesthesia began to wear off, and Henning starts waking up. I was the first to notice, so I immediately got out of my seat to be by his side and hold his hand, squeezing it gently to let him know I was there. Zoe, he said weakly when his eyes finally opened. Hey, I'm here, I replied. He grunted, distributing his weight to his other side. How do you feel? I asked. Tired. Disoriented. He replied. I'm sorry about that. I responded. It happens, it's not your fault, Zoya, Henning replied. He gently squeezed my hand and turned to the other side. Where's Marcus? He asked. He's here, but he's been on his phone for some time now. It's been ringing nonstop. Okay. That makes sense. Henning replied. What do you mean? I asked, surprised. I was shot at work, so it's only right he's getting calls. What? He didn't mention that. I exclaimed. Did you ask? He replied softly. Marcus walked in with so much rage on his face. I had seen him upset, but never to this extent. What is going on, Marcus? I asked, afraid of what I might hear. Hey, Henning called to him. Hey, how you are feeling, bro? Marcus replied, running his hand over his head, standing next to me by Henning's bedside as he wrapped his hands around my waist. Just tired. What's going on? Henning asked. They couldn't identify the shooter from the recordings. He announced. Oh no. I replied, urging him to give more details. This is bad. Henning said. In every way. There's no bright side right now. Marcus replied. Can someone please bring me up to speed? I'm tired of trying to decipher what went on from these random sentences. I said. All right. Marcus replied. A nurse came in and interrupted our discussion. She administered some painkillers and antibiotics to Henning and left as quickly as she came. One of the injections she gave had a drowsy effect, so Henning fell asleep almost immediately. You already know I own the casino. Though I own it, Henning and I run it. Marcus started. I know. Good. Last night we observed a new face at the beginning of the night, a young man. New customers are always welcome, so no alarm bells sounded in our minds. As the night progressed, and he kept winning, losing and moving to a new table, winning and gloating. You get the drill? Yeah. Eventually, the tables turned. He lost all his winnings from the night, and he was livid. This isn't the first time someone has lost their patience after losing all their money, so we let him be for some time. Then Henning approached him to try and calm him down. That was when he brought out his gun and threatened to shoot everyone in the casino. What? I exclaimed. No weapons of any kind are allowed in the casino, and a thorough search is carried out on every person, so getting in with a gun is an impressive feat. Henning alerted the security guards and distracted him, but he was determined to shoot up the place, so they began to struggle for the gun. Oh no. He shot Henning before the security guards could apprehend him, and unfortunately he got away. Oh my goodness. I gasped. I held my face in my palms and shook my head. I couldn't imagine how much worse it could have gotten. I wish that was all. Marcus continued. What do you mean? He slipped a note into Henning's pocket before running away. Here you go, Marcus said, fumbling around his shirt pocket and handing me a dirty piece of paper. Y'all really thought you were safe, didn't you? Luckily, revenge is a dish best served cold, and now I'm ready to take my pound of flesh. Watch out.